Today's Talk About It Tuesday question is, how does geopolitics affect your investments? And just let me tell you how this question was given to me in reality. So yesterday, someone asked me how the stock market would be affected by the war of Iran and Israel, and should they not invest in the stock market? So rather than deal with one singular geopolitical event, I want to talk about how geopolitics plays a role in investing on a broader scale. So what is geopolitics anyway? So you hear that word sometimes, but it's really the interplay between international politics and geography, meaning where a country is located and how it impacts things. So how can geopolitics affect things? Well, obviously they can affect corporate profits. They can affect consumer confidence. They could affect supply chains. Like there's a whole host of things, regulation. So there's a whole host of things that can be impacted. But what is geopolitics and what are the things that actually cause a problem? So we have physical wars like we have in the Middle East, and we have terrorism, which is just as bad, piracy, which is just as bad. We have trade wars, which is a little bit different, which we're seeing in terms of tariffs and things like that. We have global health crises, which we saw with the COVID pandemic. We have policy shifts, instability of governments, which could, again, impact how well you can protect your investments and things like that. We have total shifts in government structure where you might go from a capitalist place to a socialist or a communist place where ownership now goes into the hands of the government. We have oligarchies where the rich control the entire system along with the government. So we can have all these different things. We can have, just like we have here, this real political battle between left and right, which causes its own issues. So when we talk about geopolitics, those are the things that we have to be concerned about. And what is the impact? Or the impact could be that the stock market goes down. Most geopolitical issues are temporary, so we have to keep that in mind. But other than them being temporary, we can always offset geopolitical issues by being well diversified. So if we look at the situation between Iran and Israel, currently it's not really impacting the stock market. But if it becomes a regional war where oil producing nations get involved, it could impact energy prices. If Iran decides to blockade the Straits of Hormuz, where all the ships come through, the oil ships come through, it could impact oil prices. So geopolitics can be an issue, but again, if you're well diversified, the things that are impacted, you kind of shift over into something else. So you rebalance your portfolio, you stick it out for the long term in other areas or other investments until things stabilize, or you never go back to that thing, right? You just look for other options. So really those are the ways that geopolitics, again, regulation, war, supply chain issues, things like that. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on geopolitics and what your strategies are to offset some of the geopolitical issues that could impact your investments. But please like, share, subscribe, keep the questions coming, and I'll see you next Tuesday.